Oh, hey guys, it's your friend John here. Today, we're going to be making another trend club. You guys seem to really like my trend clubs, and every time I make one, it gets really popular and gets a lot of views. So today, that's what I'm going to be making. So there's four main things you need. Number one, you need some form of pole or handle, something that you can grip on with your hands. Number two, you're going to need grip, some form of lacing or grip. This is cotton cord. You can use shoelace or leather. I'm using cotton cord to be more traditional with the Trend Club theme. Then after that, you're going to need rivets or nails. These are round head rivets. I got a bunch of them here. Like I said, nails work just fine, but I'm going to be using round head rivets. And the final thing you need is a bat end or a bat piece. This is the exact same bat piece that I use to make my Halloween themed mace or club, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to leave the picture right here. That's where I got it from. So make sure you get something similar to this, or you can just use a bat end or a bat top. Take a bat, cut it in half, and just use that top part. So the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your bat top or bat end, and you're going to want to map it out and mark it out where you're going to drill all your holes to put your nails in or rivets. As you can see, I marked it all out, all the black dots. I'm going to drill holes in and put my rivets in there. And to do this, first find the center here and here. Once you have your center, draw a line all the way down, marking the center there and there. Once you have it all mapped out, it becomes very easy to evenly space out where you're going to drill the holes. So that's something that you should do. Map everything out, mark it out, and draw it all out. So I'm going to drill a hole right in here so I can stick this handle in here so it'll be nice and secure. And to do that, I'm going to start with a smaller drill bit and work my way bigger, and then use the final drill bit so it will finally fit in using the two final big drill bits. How does that keep happening? There we go. Whew. This drill bit is hot, but we got our hole in and our handle fits in nicely. All it's left to do is glue it in and let the glue dry. So I'm going to use the 24-hour dry Gorilla Glue because this is very strong glue. So I'm going to pour it around my edges in the hole. And then you stick your handle in. And you just let it sit there and dry. And just make sure your handle isn't crooked. Make sure the handle is nice and straight before it dries. Then once it is straight, just let the glue dry for a full 24 hours. Now that the glue is all dry in here and it's not coming out nice and hard, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a drill bit that closely matches the scale and size of the rivet. As you can see, you want to make sure it's the perfect size. And I'm going to drill all around where I put these marks, and then I'm going to put the rivets in last. Again. Come on. All done. Got all my holes drilled in. Now I'm going to take a blowtorch and gently blowtorch all around nice and evenly so it has a nice dark color to it. As you can see, it has a nice dark brown look to it. Looks really nice. But before I start wet sanding it, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to take these hard edges right here and right here, and just take a sander and just sand it down so it's nice and round and not such a hard edge. Then I'm going to wet sand it. As you can now see, I finished sanding. It's very rounded right here and rounded right here. And honestly, I think it looks a lot nicer with these rounded edges and not these sharp edges. What I'm going to do next is now I'm going to blow torch these edges so they all match together as one color. Then I'm going to wet sand it. So take your sandpaper and just wet it. And just start sanding. Now that it's nice and dry, I'm going to start applying the clear coat. Now that I'm done putting the clear on, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to drill a hole right here and put a nail in it so it has a nice spike that I can use to jab someone with it. I'm going to first pour some glue in the hole so the nail is really in there. The glue will hold the nail in so it doesn't come out. Once your glue is all settled into the bottom, take your nail and put it in and just hammer it in. And then you take a wet rag and just clean up all that glue. Next, I'm going to cut this end off. Now that I got this end off, I'm now going to sharpen this end so it's nice and pointed with the belt sander. Really nice and sharp now. Now I'm going to start adding the rivets in, and I'm going to use a rubber mallet so I don't damage the wood. Okay, got them all in. All what's left to do is get this thing a nice handle. Now I'm going to add the gripping, and as you can see I have it started here. I got it nailed in so it doesn't unravel. And what you're going to do is, once you put your nail in, you're just going to ravel it all the way around. Make sure as you're adding this cord, you make sure you pull it really tight so it does not become loose. Once you have it all wrapped nice and tight, you tuck your end right in, and then you're going to put your nail in so it does not unravel. There we go, we got the nail in, it's nice and tight, the grip is done, and this thing is ready to be strength tested. So now we're going to test the sharpness test with this point right here. I have me a box right here with double layer cardboard in the front. Got a water jug filled with water inside, and I also do an unhappy face so you know it's a bad man. So we're going to see how sharp this point is. Like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, like when Tom gets shot a bunch of times, then he drinks water and all that water just comes right out of him. Alright, now we're going to strength test on Junkman Woody over here. I rebuilt him, he should be nice and strong. I got it wrapped in a towel so I don't damage my trench club. I want it to look nice and clean. This towel should stop it from getting any scratches or real damage while I'm striking Junkman Woody with it. Let's give it a good test. So the testing is complete. There was literally no damage done to this weapon as I was testing it. A little bit of damage done to the clear coat, but I was able to easily fix that once the testing was over. This thing is a very strong weapon. As you can see, it did a lot of damage to Junkman Woody. Bent his arm, cracked his arm up here, cracked his loose. So this is still a very lethal weapon, and it has a very good point on it, able to pierce cardboard very easily. It has a really nice grip on it. It also has this part right here that I added later on for my wrist, so it doesn't come out of my wrist as it's being used. And even though it is all done, it does have a slight bend to it. As you can see, it's not 100% straight. This part right here is a little off. I know earlier I said make sure when it's drying, you make sure the handle is on straight, and I guess overnight it kind of leaned a little bit and it dried with a slight bend. But maybe I did that for historically accuracy, because if you look online and look at trench clubs, you'll see some of them do have a little bit of a bend to it. So maybe I did that on purpose to be more historically accurate, and I did say earlier in the video that's what I was going for. And you only really see the bend if you really focus on it. No one's gonna walk up to it and hold it and be like, oh, there's a little bit of a bend in it. It's pretty straight, just a little bend, and like I said, a lot of trench clubs back then did have a little bit of a bend to it, and this is just fine. So I'm going to wrap things up by saying thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. If you want to help me get more viewers and more subscribers, please share this video. Sharing videos is a good way for me to reach new audience, get more viewers, and get more subscribers. So I enjoyed making this weapon. It's really cool, easy to make, historically accurate by definition, and I hope you enjoyed my work. Thank you for watching.